All right. Good morning, everybody. Next stop, Sequoia National Park. I just drove a little bit down the Three Rivers Canyon Road to get some cell reception. I wanted to check my car to make sure that I have front wheel drive. Check, do for my tire chains to put the chains on the front tires. And then I also check the weather in the park to see like if it's going to be snowy. Forecast says it's going to be just cloudy all day, so let's hope and pray that that doesn't obstruct the views. Sleep wise, of course you always get your sleep, the last 2 hours of the night in this case. I think light was a big part of it. Once I put up all 4 window blinders because I was looking out at the stars, I think that residual light was interfering, and I was just excited about going into the park. So I didn't get the greatest sleep in the world, but that's okay. It's car camping and it's an adventure, and it's kind of baked into the cake. Not a big deal. But yeah, so first up, we're gonna go to Hospital Rock. We gotta drive about 8 miles, 30-minute drive. Still gotta brush my teeth, go through the visitor gate and all that stuff. So I'll be bringing you along for the ride and showing you all the cool stuff we see. So stick around and I'll see you in a little bit. Sequoia National Park, let's go. We're like 2 seconds into the drive and I'm already like blown away by this. Like, look at that snow-covered mountaintop. And there's a creek down below, and it's pretty awesome. Videos are not doing this justice whatsoever, guys. There's Tunnel Rock. This is pretty freaking amazing. So here we have Hospital Rock. Looks like there's little petroglyphs or scribblings on the rocks. It's pretty cool. It's supposed to be sacred to Native Americans. Gonna keep on moving. So we're going up these switchbacks on the road, and it looks like sorry for the smudgy window, but it looks like it keeps going up all the way up there. So this is wild. We're gaining serious altitude. We're already 3,000 feet above sea level, so this is amazing. I'm having a fun time. So it looks like Morro Rock is right up there, and Giants Forest is right there. That's where we're, I guess, switchbacking up to on the road. And then this is our first pull out. Panoramic views. It just gets better and better from here. Stay tuned. We are now entering the Giants Forest. This is amazing. Everything's frosted with snow. We're gonna make our way towards Morro Rock. It's a 3-mile hike from the museum over here. What's it called? The Giant Forest Museum. So stay tuned, it's gonna be awesome. This is absolutely spectacular. I think I might like this more than the redwoods. This is just absolutely incredible. And I didn't realize this, but the National Geographic photo I grew up seeing where the people are climbing that big tree, it's not a redwood, it's a sequoia. And sequoias, apparently, they're bigger than redwoods, from my understanding, and I could be wrong, circumference-wise around, whereas redwoods are taller. And from what I understand, sequoias are actually more fragile. Like they fall apart and the wood is very brittle. Wow, there's some wildfire damage right here. It's impressive how resilient they are. There's one I'll show you later. I'm sure there's a few where there's like fire kind of burning out the inner core, and they just continue to grow and have greenery. It's pretty magnificent and amazing, but there's some black ice on the road, so I'm trying to walk carefully. But on my way to Morro Rock on this road, I think there's a trail running parallel I might hop on, but it leads to the same destination. This is the Booker T. Washington tree. It goes up and up and up and up and up. But the main thing is how massive it is around the base. Absolutely huge, absolutely stunning. Hear all the ice melting? There's more rock right there. And then look at what she's looking over. Look at that beautiful mountain view of the Sierras. Absolutely stunning. It's crazy to believe where we came from, but we're gonna keep moving forward. I think there's some metal bars and some stairs on the rock. We're gonna check it out. Apparently, real lightning danger here, but this is absolutely epic. Look at this hike going up Morro Rock. Stay tuned for more awesome views. Can't go much further without taking more photos and videos. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, not sorry. There's the sequoia trees and the Giant's Forest back there. There's the roadway. I'm curious, look at Google Maps and see where it goes. That might lead to Tunnel Log. Here's where I've come from. Here's where I'm going. But also just look at that. The rock face glistening in the sun from the melting ice. Absolutely stunning. See the switchback roads I took to get up here? And then I'm guessing down there is where it all started and worked its way up. Wow. We made it. Morro Rock. Woo! Awesome. This is awesome. This is one of many points in the park that I'm excited to go see, and I really like this park. Definitely top 5. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out here for a while, maybe drink some coffee and some water, and think about life for a little bit, and just enjoy this beauty. So enjoy the rest of the journey with me. I'll see you on our next adventure in Sequoia National Park. Crack. I love the echo. There's black ice on the ground. I see why they closed the road. But here we are at the iconic Tunnel Log. This looks awesome. Oh my gosh. Let's figure it out. It fell December 4th, 1937. Base diameter 21 feet. Length 275 feet. The tunnel's 8 feet high, 17 feet wide. Tunnel Log reminds us the work young men who struggled to survive in the Great Depression in the 30s. The drive-through hole in the log was carved by the boys of the Civilian Conservation Corps. The Great Depression left millions unemployed. Congress created the Civilian Conservation Corps to put young men to work and get paychecks to their families. The CCC worked mostly on public lands, including Sequoia National Park. Despite youth and inexperience, the CCC boys proved remarkable in developing
many features of this park and thousands of other places across the nation. They built the roads, trails, buildings, campgrounds, water systems, and much more of what you see today. When this fell across the road in December of 1937, the Civilian Conservation Corps worker Roy DeVoe, Weldon, California, suggested cutting the tunnel. The tree extended 275 with a base diameter of 21 feet. That's amazing. Do we still have the Civilian Conservation Corps? We should bring that back. Make it like a mandatory service, either military service or AmeriCorps or Civilian Conservation Corps. That would be awesome. But this is absolutely stunning. Didn't bring my tripod. Gives me a good excuse to come back and maybe be able to drive the car through the old trusty rusty. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the view so far. Next up on the stop, I'm not sure what we're gonna do next, but I'm gonna look at my map and you'll follow me along for the ride. So I'll see you there. Hear the crow in the distance? Talk about walking in a winter wonderland. So we're here at Crescent Meadow. I walked a mile up the road from Tunnel Log because it's still closed from the ice, black ice and everything. And so this is a 1.3 mile loop. So yeah, Ken, the guy I met at Mass last night, he highly recommended doing the Crescent Meadow loop. So gonna check it out and see what it's all about. Plus it's nice because there's not a lot of people around, so that'll be a big plus. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll catch you up on any. I mean, it just looks beautiful even now. Like, look at the snow. Like, wow. But stay tuned. Happy trails. So the High Sierras Trail that leads to Mount Whitney goes up this way. The fresh smell of pine is in the air. I love all these pines with their moss on the side. This is my happy place. And then look, I take it this is Bear Paw Meadow. It is awesome. Yeah, stick around. So I stand corrected by none other than John Muir. This is Crescent Meadow, which is the gem of the Sierras. This is really beautiful. Look at the base, how it spreads out. This is a fallen tree. Oh look, there's a critter. It's a little squirrel. See a little squirrel? That's really cool. Look at how it's all scorched up. And they're still standing and still green. So I just took the shuttle up to Sherman Trail. I'm gonna do part of that and then Trail of the Sequoias. The ranger said it's a 4-hour excursion, and in her opinion, it's the best hike in the park. She said Topeka Falls right now is a little overrated. So we're gonna go hike over to General Sherman Tree, and then we're gonna do that big 4-hour loop, then take the shuttle back to the car, and then we'll catch Sunset Rock, and then after Sunset Rock we will go car camp. We're gonna go to the lodge, and then we're gonna car camp in the National Forest. So stick along. Here we have the General Sherman Tree. It goes up and up and up and up and up. insane. And look at all the people. Everyone's out here enjoying it. I'm still in disbelief of how amazing this is. Here's our first waterfall. There's the McKinley tree. Here we got the house. So we got the Senate over there. We just went through the house. And then behind me, that's the president. That's Joe Biden. And then we're gonna venture off on the trail to the Sequoias and do this big loop around going up here. Here we are on the trail of the Sequoias. Check this out. See those rock formations, those granite boulders? We're gonna walk towards that. It's very quiet now. We're away from all the crowds in the Congress Trail. And if you're quiet, you can hear the forest talking through the creek, and the birds, and the leaves, and the creaks and aches of the trees. It's pretty quiet right now, but yeah, stay tuned. Here's a little peek at the Sierras, better known as the Swiss Alps of North America. At least that's what Chad, the awesome park ranger, told me. But apparently from Mineral Springs, part of the park, it looks absolutely amazing. It looks like we're gonna circle around this valley maybe and descend down. So I'm excited. This is awesome. Looks like there's a meadow. I think it may be the very same crescent meadow from earlier. The Sierras and the trail to the Sequoias. We had a crossroads back there. And now I'm heading down here to Tharp's Log, and I'm gonna hit up Squatter's Cabin and one more location, and just head straight back to the museum. That way, instead of going all the way back up to where Congress Trail is, and then my car will be right there instead of having to rely on the shuttle, which could potentially shut down. So yeah, I'm having a blast. This is like a phenomenal hike. The ranger hit the nail right on the head. What, does she work here and hike all the time? Like, I don't know. And then like, look at this. Look at this. You got the granite right there at the bottom. And it just keeps going up. And the pines. This is amazing. Thank you for being along the hike with me. Here we have Tharp's log. Hale Tharps arrived in southern Sierra Nevada range, marked the earliest documented settlement of European Americans in the area. Looking for economic opportunity and accompanied by two Monocae Yuktuk Indians, Tharp first visited the Giants Forest in 1858. A stockman by trade, Tharp used nearby log meadow as a seasonal grazing pasture and lived in a tiny rustic cabin. The creation of Sequoia National Park in 1890, his goal was to raise cattle and sell beef to an expanding local population. Tharp adapted this 70-foot hollow sequoia log as the structure of his summer cabin. A fire had burned inside the tree, lining the interior with charcoal. He carved a window and made a shutter with horseshoe hinges. Tharp enclosed the open end of his log home with a shingled building and added a fireplace and a chimney made from granite boulders. Tharp had limited resources to create a cabin among the trees, but the details really made this place his home. What is your favorite detail, he added. Here's, I guess, the other end of the log. So we're standing outside the cabin. My flashlight doesn't do it justice, but it looks like back here you got a table and you've got a shelf and then you've got some sort of a bed rack back there. I don't see the chimney, but it's kind of cool how he was resourceful and made this out of, it's really awesome. Here we have chimney tree. Now let's go inside it and see what it looks like. It's pretty awesome. Eat your heart out tunnel log. Well, I'll be. What do we have here? Oh, well, I'll be. It's Henry Squatter's cabin. This cabin was built in the 80s by a man who intended to file a claim on the adjoining land. After building the cabin, he learned the land was already in possession of Hale Tharp, and he was forced to leave from this squatting on the land held by another. The cabin gets its name. Here we go, here's a throwback. Squatter's Cabin, Cooperative Commonwealth, a utopian community based on socialist ideals. That escalated quickly. Founded a colony here in the late 1880s to develop a harmonious society. They envisioned a place of ideal perfection, especially in laws, government, and social conditions. The cabin, built by John Vest, is one of the Commonwealth's original structures. The claim to the land where the cabin lies, filed on Huckleberry Meadow, was already owned by Hale Tharp, the earliest documented European American settler in the area, and the namesake Tharp's log. After discovering the land was already claimed, they were, open quote, squatters. The colony abandoned both tract and cabin. I wonder what happened to the colony. Let's go inside and have a gander. So we've got a pole right here holding it up. Pretty simple structure. And then you got a nice little stone chimney right here. Looks like they were missing some mortar in between it. That would have helped with the insulation a lot, keeping the heat in. And they need a window. Maybe it broke over time, but really fascinating. I hope the socialist commune ghosts don't come after me. That would be scary. Boogaboo. But yeah, all right, next we're going to head to, I don't know, Dead Giant, but we're heading to the museum, which it looks like is this way. So onwards and upwards. So we are standing in the Sierra Nevadas and we're looking off towards the coastal ranges, which is along those lines. You can really not see it, but in between us and the coast ranges is the San Joaquin Valley. So, and it looks like something really fast, like there's some sand dunes off there in the distance. And then I reckon that's where we came from down there. And then it looks like something really fascinating is airflow comes from San Fran up here towards Redding, and it fills the Sacramento Valley and then the San Joaquin Valley. Polluted air is trapped in the valley. It collects in the southern end near the Sequoia and Kings Canyon parks. During the summer days, the air warms, pollution rises into the park. Interesting. So I heard air quality can take a dive, so that's one thing, but this has been an amazing day. This is an absolutely beautiful view. Thank you for hiking along with me today. I might make a little bit more for the rest of the day. And tomorrow we're going to be doing the northern part. We'll talk about that later, but I'll see you at the lodge. Sorry, my 100th video, but check this. Like, come on. Isn't this awesome? Hey everybody, back in the inside car setup. Just made friends with two Czech Republic, Jan and Kat. They converted a Mercedes Sprinter van, an extra long one. It was really fascinating getting to pick their brain and hear about their adventures they're doing. It's called Fellowship of the Van. Pierre, you need to follow them on Instagram and YouTube. But so today, the first part of the hike, the first day, going to Mora Rock, that was about 5 miles, took about 2 hours. The second part was 6.68 miles, and that took about 3 hours. So altogether, that's like 11 miles. So really great day. I'm gonna sleep really well tonight. Happy New Year, Pierre. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for joining me on this awesome journey in Sequoia National Park. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, and then I'm looking forward to getting out of the colder weather and starting to mosey back up to Redding. So yeah, love you and good night.